Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Nomads Chronicle Podcast, episode 4. I'm Sam Hinley and I'm joined by
Robbie Lambert once again.
And Max Nicholson.
once again. In this episode, we're going to be talking about our England squad for the Euros. I mean, we're not Gareth Southgate and we never will be, but if we took his job, we're trying to come up with the team that we would take. And I do envy him. It's a difficult
It's
choice.
a very difficult decision. I mean, not that I care, I'm Welsh, but for you lot, it's a very important decision.
Yeah, I do forget that. I sometimes forget that you're Welsh, which is weird.
Yeah, it is weird, isn't it? Well, not for me, but I've always been Welsh.
So, as a starting point, who do you think should take Southgate's job? Because I don't think he should be the England manager.
Oh,
Huh?
Yeah.
Gary Neville.
Gary
I
Neville.
don't know who would take his job, but I feel like he's in a place now where the expectancy level with England is an all-time low. Well, it was a couple of years ago, and it's slowly going up.
Yeah.
So now, and the quality of the team is going up as well. So, I think the squad is going to save his job because this squad of players can't actually do that badly.
Yeah.
Because the quality of forwards in this team is envious.
You know about the England team of Rooney, Scholes, Lampard, Gerrard, Rio,
Yeah,
Terry.
but you're forgetting that those players played alongside other fantastic teams, though.
It is. That's true as well, but the expectancy level for that England team was a lot higher than it is now. Like that team was expected to win things, and this team is not yet. Anyway, could be a few years, but not now. Right.
Good young
I
team.
don't know. I don't know who'd take his job. Maybe Eddie Howe.
Chris Wilder.
Maybe.
Right.
Mourinho.
That'd be daft.
Dan Delgado.
Oh,
There you go.
he showed left after the game regime.
All right, we'll start with keeper then.
So 23-man squad, which will be on the plane. Maybe not on any plane, but it's the figure of speech that matters, isn't it? So 3 goalkeepers. I think there's not much debate in this for me. I think it's Pope, Henderson, and Pickford.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think that's it. So
Who do you think's number one? Pope, I think.
I think it's between Pope and Pickford. I think Pickford maybe deserves it. I know he's not played as well as Pope in the league.
Based on quality, I think Henderson's the best keeper there, but he's not getting enough game time, and you can't risk that. So I think Pickford. To be honest, I think Pickford's crap, but
I think Pickford's done quite well with England, considering how bad he's been for Everton.
I'd have Pope in that.
with your goalkeeper, you don't want that ability to drop a clanger in a tournament, and Pickford definitely has that more than the others.
Yeah.
I think Pope's the most reliable, and he's played more football than Henderson, so I'd start Pope just because of that. But I think he'll start Pickford.
Yeah, I think he will as well.
Right, so defenders. We'll start off with left backs because I think 2 will go for sure.
Hey.
Luke Shaw and Ben Chilwell, I think guaranteed to go at this point.
Yeah.
I can see that.
You know, Luke Shaw's not been in an England squad for a long time.
As long as he keeps himself fit and
That's my
performing like now, he's got to start for England.
He likes Trippier, doesn't he? Because he can play both.
But you got Saka as well. He can play both. Saka can play anywhere on the pitch, pretty much. I think that's the beauty of some of the players England have got, is if they can play multiple positions. So they can almost afford to have only 2 players in one position because they know a midfielder can fill in at left back or vice versa.
Yeah.
If only we still had Ashley Young.
He's killing it in Milan, isn't he?
Yeah.
Killing it. That's a bit.
For his age.
That's what he's doing at United. Anyway, moving on.
Anyway. So Shaw and Chilwell, I'd say pretty much confirmed to go. That's who I think we should say.
Right back's hard.
Right back is hard, but I think Trent is going to be the number 1 right back. And then Kyle Walker is going to go.
Yeah.
Because he can also play centre back if we're playing a back 5. And then I'd take Reece James as well.
Yeah.
And Aaron Ramsdale does not belong in that squad.
Wan-Bissaka doesn't get near it. I mean, even if you're thinking if James Justin was fit as well, I think he'd be on the plane because he can play left and right back. So it's actually quite scary how far away Wan-Bissaka is from that right back spot.
There's talks for him changing. Yeah, changing nation, isn't there?
What he offers going forward is next to nothing, so you just can't have that.
Yeah, and if we're playing this back 5, if he's going to be a wing back, there's not a full back in the Premier League which will be a worse wing back than Wan-Bissaka. I've never seen someone look so clumsy when he's about to come up to the ball, just crossing it, passing it, either way. He just.
You know,
he looks like a good dribbler. Sometimes he can go past the player, or he'll find a good pass. And other times he just looks like Bambi on the ball.
I mean, you wouldn't think he'd start his career as a winger.
Trying to remember everything Wilfred Zaha taught him. It's just all limbs when he has the ball. It's just awful. So I'd say Walker, Trent, and James should all go.
Yeah.
Then, if you look at centre backs,
Maguire starts, I think.
You can almost class Walker as one. So John Stones, Harry Maguire should go.
I think they'll start.
Michael Keane, I think, as well.
Keane.
He's been on good form.
I'll put Eric Dyer down because he can play midfield and at centre back as well.
It's hard to ignore the Burnley centre backs, I think,
Yeah,
that's true.
They're so solid, but I don't think they'd get there. But
Bentley's not going to make an England squad, but Tarkowski might. Yeah, he has been in the squad before, but will he go to the tournament?
What about Conor Cody?
Again,
Last squad, wasn't he? Was he in the last squad?
He was. He scored.
Yeah. He's one of them that just might not make it as well.
Yeah. If Joe Gomez was fit, he'd probably be going. But even if he is fit before the tournament starts, which I think he might be, he's not going to go just because.
I still don't rate Joe Gomez.
Yeah, it's still up in the air about him.
Yeah. You're only taking 3 centre-backs then. Walker can play there.
Walker, Stones, Maguire.
Dyer.
Keane, surely.
Dyer or Keane.
I think Southgate loves Dyer, and Dyer can play midfield as well, can't he?
He does love Dyer, but then you're only taking 2 centre-backs that actually play there. On the off chance that one of them gets injured, then you have to play a player that can play there, but it's not the strongest position. We've got to at least take 3.
I think I'm happy to take Keane over Dyer.
Yeah.
Because I think the 4 centre mids, like proper central midfielders I've got, will be in that Eric Dyer won't get a spot.
That's fair enough. I'd go with that as well.
How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 players so far.
11 players. Okay.
12 more.
So if we go on because I'm picturing this as like a 5-2-3, which I think is what we're going to play.
Do you really think he's going to play 3 at the back?
I do think he will.
I don't think he will. I
I'd-
think he'd play 4-3-3 with Rice sitting. That's what I think he'll play.
I hope he just tries to play like City
Mm.
and play in that 4-3-3. But it's how much trust you have in the midfield. And midfielders are, I've got Henderson, Rice, Mason Mount,
fit?
Ward-Prowse.
Will Henderson be fit?
Yeah, Henderson's just a hamstring injury.
Or is it?
So where'd you put Foden in that then? Would you put him more attacking? Is he in a different category, or are you not taking him?
Foden's on it. Foden is on my list, but he's not going to be able to play in a deeper midfield role, which those four can. That's why Mason Mount's been playing for Chelsea, and I think Mason Mount's changed a lot of people's opinions this season.
Yeah, he's quality for Chelsea.
I mean, Southgate loves him anyway, doesn't he?
He could play that box-to-box role, can't he, Mason Mount?
Yeah. One of the most consistent players in that team.
Well, I'm happy with that midfield.
Jordan Henderson, I don't think he's captain. I think Kane's captain now, but Declan Rice will be going. And Ward-Prowse is maybe one of you.
No, I wouldn't take him.
I'd take Ward-Prowse. I think he's quality.
Bring him on for a penalty shootout, maybe.
Yeah, that's what you need.
He's had a good few seasons. I think he does deserve it.
Mm.
I think
Especially with set pieces outside of the box as well.
Yeah, I think Southampton's recent form might be hurting him. Southampton have lost 8 out of the last 10. I saw today, which is a bit stinky. But
So how many is that then? Is that 15?
that's 15. So 8 spots.
Can't all be attackers. Let's do 5 attackers and see where we're left.
No, we need more centre mids.
Yeah,
You've
we
already
do,
got
yeah.
Rice and Henderson. And Mount, yeah.
Henderson, Rice, Mount, and Ward-Prowse, let's say.
I think Foden's going.
Yeah,
Foden
will go.
Yeah, so that's
Foden.
5.
Madison.
I can't see Madison. I just can't see him going.
So
There's too many similar players, I think.
Like, we can say that Sterling, Sancho, Kane, and Rashford are all going to go.
Yeah.
Like, they will all be going. And I'd say...
So that leaves with 4 players.
Just because he is a backup striker and there's not really any... I think Calvert-Lewin will go as well.
I can see that,
I think Saka's got to go as well. Because this is how diverse Saka is on the pitch.
Yeah.
He's got to go.
No, I can agree with that.
Saka can play that box-to-box. He can play centre mid. He can play right back. He can play right wing, left back, left wing.
So we've got 3 spots left.
Yeah, I think
Some
Saka
of the
will
players
go,
that we
but I
haven't-
don't think he'll get much game time.
Some of the players we've haven't picked yet is Jack Grealish.
He's got to
Phil
go.
Foden.
He's definitely going.
Jack
They're both
Grealish, Phil Foden, James Maddison, Bukayo Saka.
I don't think
So-
Madison's going.
I'd
I
go
don't-
Saka,
I just-
Grealish, Foden.
So how many have we got? We've got Pope, Henderson, Pickford, Walker, James, Trent, Keane, Maguire, Stones, Chilwell, Shaw, Henderson, Foden,
Rice.
Rice, Mount, and
Ward-Prowse.
Ward-Prowse. Grealish, Kane, Sancho, Rashford, Sterling,
Yeah.
and then Saka as well.
I'd go Saka,
So-
Grealish.
So how
Foden.
many is that? Was anyone counted?
That's 23.
23.
That is 23. There's a couple of players that there's no Danny Ings in that squad. There's no James Maddison, no Eric Dyer, no Kieran
For some
Trippier.
reason, I think he'll take Eric Dyer over Ward-Prowse.
You see, I'd take Dyer over Keane because then you could possibly play Dyer and Rice in together. and that would free up Maddison over Ward-Prowse for me.
I mean, it all depends what he's looking to set up like. If he's looking to set up like, for 5 at the back, then he'll probably take 3 centre-backs just in case. But if he's looking to go at 4 at the back, maybe he will take Dyer over Keane.
I think he'll go 4-3-3, and I think he'll take Rice and Dyer. I don't know.
I mean, it's not who he's taking, is it? It's who we want. It's who we would take.
We are at a disadvantage because it was speculating about what he's going to take. We haven't seen England playing quite a while.
No.
Yeah.
England haven't had a fixture since October, and now we're 2 weeks away from them playing again for the first time. So we'll find out a lot then. But for me, I'd try and play how stiff play with 1 holding midfielder and then 2 ahead.
Yeah.
And if we're going to do that, even then, I don't think there's room for Grealish, Foden, and Maddison. I think you can only be picking 2 of them. And I thought
you play Rice holding, Mount as the box-to-box, and then either Grealish, Foden, or Maddison.
So John Henson doesn't start.
No.
I still don't think Maddison's going.
Oh.
I still don't think he will.
He's
been good, but he's
been on
and off with injuries, Maddison.
Yeah, James Maddison won't go, I don't think. But
you can play Foden on the right as well.
Yeah, I think that's what helps Grealish and Foden, is that they can both play on the left or the right.
I mean, I'd argue Foden on the right this season's been better. I mean, I know Sancho's playing well now, but Sancho wasn't playing too well at the start of the season.
Yeah.
You could argue that Foden on the right would be a better option, but...
Yeah, Sancho won't start. Like, Kane, Sterling and Rashford will play.
You reckon?
I think he'll start.
I think a massive part of this England team will be that Luke Shaw-Rashford link on the left-hand side. I think they've got to start Luke Shaw and Rashford on the left, and I don't necessarily see Sterling being cemented into that first 11.
I think.
And there's one player we've not mentioned at all.
Who's that?
Plays for United. It's Greenwood.
He's not going on the plane, mate.
You don't think?
You can't go.
He doesn't know when near it.
You can't. After watching the last few United games as well, he
played well yesterday. I thought.
I think if he picks up his form a bit, plays like he did yesterday for a few more games, I think he's got a shout.
Ever since that incident in Iceland, he's not been quite the same, I don't think.
Well, he's had a tough year, hasn't he?
But I think he has played more like a winger this season. He's been playing quite well, getting more assists and link-up play, but he's not scored as many goals. But I don't think he gets near the plane, to be honest.
I don't think he'll be anywhere near the team, to be honest.
I mean, even if he did, I don't think he'd get in ahead of Sterling, Sancho, Rashford, even Foden.
Yeah.
All right, have we got our team then?
Yeah, no, with Saka for Arsenal, if you told me 4 months ago that it's like, oh, he almost has to go, I wouldn't have believed you because I wasn't.
Right, I think Arsenal without Saka would be lost this season. How well he's played.
I definitely agree. If you look at some of the players that Arsenal have, like Aubameyang and Lacazette and others, it's Saka that's kept them in the Europa League, which is their only chance of Champions League football.
Him and
Tierney as well, yeah. So Saka can play left back or left wing back, I'd say. He could play on the left, but if he goes, he won't play much, but he could.
Yeah.
So
there's quite a few players like that.
Yeah.
Do you want to go through our team that we'd start then?
Yeah, go on then. Sam, have you written it down?
The squad or the starting team?
I mean, should we all choose our starting 11 and?
Yeah.
I mean, first of all, the squad that we've decided on, it is Pope, Henderson, Pickford, Walker, Trent, Reece James, Luke Shaw, Ben Chilwell, John Stones, Harry Maguire, Michael Keane, Jordan Henderson, Declan Rice, Mason Mount, James Ward-Prowse, Foden, Grealish, Sterling, Sancho, Kane, Rashford, Calvert-Lewin.
Yeah,
I'm happy with that.
That's pretty good.
it should be close to what he picks.
So my starting 11 would be 4-3-3 of Pope, Trent, Stones, Maguire, and Shaw. Declan Rice holding, which is a close one over Jordan Henderson. Either or for me. I'm not too fussed. I think they're just as good as each other in different ways, though. Grealish, Mason Mount, and then Sterling, Kane, and Rashford in a 3. Sterling on the right of it.
Mine would be I had to go Pope in goal, Shaw, Maguire, Stones, Trent. I play Rice holding, Mount as like a box-to-box midfielder with it's tough with Foden and Grealish, but I think Grealish would just edge it. And then I play Rashford on the left, Kane up front, and Sancho on the right.
Mine was exactly the same as Sam's. 4-3-3. Rashford, Kane, Sterling up front. Rice holding.
Sancho over there.
Everything.
Yeah, because I think it's hard to look past that Shaw and Rashford's relationship on that left-hand side and how class they could be, how class they are for United. I think to play Rashford on the right would be stupid with Shaw on the left.
I don't think Sterling would play on the right.
You could put Sterling on the right.
He's done it before.
Yeah. It is a tough one. I just think Sancho would be more suited to that right-hand side than Sterling. But...
I mean, with England, you've seen both Rashford and Sterling swap wings all the time, same as Sancho. So
I think Rashford's a better season than Sterling this season.
I understand your point, putting Rashford on the left with Shaw. Something that would work. I mean, it has worked for United.
If you look at Rashford on the right for United, he's been crap. He's been terrible.
No, he's not been great.
So, yeah, I'd play Rashford, Kane, Sancho, or Sterling. Probably
similar teams then.
Sterling would edge it thinking about it, but I'd be more inclined to put Sancho out there.
Is there anything that could happen from now to the end of the season that would make you change your mind on your team? Do you think?
There'd be a lot of things.
Yeah, there's a lot of different factors.
Like not injuries, like
not injuries.
I think
could form put someone in that team? Like if to say Foden carries on improving, what's different to most?
Maybe Greenwood if he starts firing them in, 3 a game for the rest of the season. Because I think with England, without Kane, they'd be missing that, clinical striker in front of goal. So if he was to get injured or something, I know Calvert-Lewin's had a good season, but to be honest, I think he's not a good player. I think he's having a good season, but he's not a good player. So I don't know how long this is going to carry on, but I think Green was one of them that could get in if he starts playing well.
I think if you see Foden stepping up a bit, I think he could get in over Grealish. Just because, I mean, he's been brilliant already this season. Grealish has took his foot off the pedal a bit.
If De Gea doesn't get his place back from Henderson, you might see Henderson starting in the Euros.
Strange one with the keepers. I think any of them could start and do a good job.
I think Henderson's the better keeper out of the 3, if you look at ability. So if he carries on starting for United when De Gea gets back, I think he's got to start for England.
Out of the 3 keepers, I think, like Matt said, any of them could start and do a good job. It's just thinking about who is least likely to do a bad job. Sounds a bit silly, but at the same time, if your keeper makes a mistake, then it costs you a goal. So we have to be the most reliable.
Henderson's kept 4 in a row in the Premier League for United now, so it's City as well.
I mean, I'm instantly thinking of what's recently happened in that goal that he conceded against AC Milan from that corner is.
Yeah, it's not.
I can tell you for sure that Nick Pope does not let that go in against him just because it hits him square in the face because he's so tall.
Yeah, he's about 6'7". So I think that mistake there is not an absolute howler. It's not a Rob Green. It's not something Pickford to do. I think it's just a stupid in the moment mistake. But
doesn't fill you with confidence though, especially when it's so open to who could start at the moment.
Yeah, if you look at Anderson, he's a very confident keeper. I don't think he'd let that get into his head.
Yeah, I mean those kind of mistakes, they can just be easily flattened out just by playing games, by getting more game time. And like you say, if he starts over De Gea for the next few games, which he will, he'll evidently get more confident. So
if you look at him, he's quite commanding and he's very confident, Henderson, so I'm sure he wouldn't let someone get to him, whereas Pickford would.
Yeah, definitely. So, our England squad has been chosen. I'd be pretty happy with it. We'll finish off with saying, where do you think England are going to finish in this tournament? What they've got to achieve? I think we're going to win it.
No, not a chance. I think there's so many. I think you look at Belgium, if you look at Portugal now, they've got a good team. France have got a really good team. I think you'll get to the quarters. I think that's where you'll go out.
I think semi-finals. So semi-finals will be Belgium, France, Portugal, and us.
Not to be horrible, but you got very lucky with your route in the World Cup and who you played. You didn't really play a decent team. So I think
with the teams we played in the World Cup, the teams that we were expected to lose against, we lost. The teams that we were expected to win, we won.
Yeah.
But the only close game we played was against Croatia, and we got beat.
I think as soon as you get to the knockout stages, if you face like a Belgium or a France or a Portugal, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
I think you'll get to the quarter. You might get past the first stage, but I think quarters, you'll go out. But I think you got more than enough quality to go further and possibly win it.
Yeah, I still think we're quality-wise. I don't think we're way off the top teams. If you look at the squad in general, I think we have a better squad than Belgium do. But in those games, in those moments, I don't trust this side yet to be another big side, and that's partly down to the manager. But
anyway,
conversation.
So
there we are.
See you next time.
See you next time for episode 5.
Episode 5.
Yeah. Thanks for watching, guys.